Alright, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to stop a real dog bite in 3 seconds or less, guaranteed. Doesn't matter if it's a random stray going after your dog, a neighbor's dog latching onto your kid, or you getting attacked by one dog or a whole pack, this technique will shut it down, and fast. And yeah, in some situations, this could absolutely save a life. We're also going to cover what times doesn't times work, all those stupid internet hacks. Forget the brooms, the water bottles, the screaming, and definitely no sticking your fingers where the sun don't shine. What I'm about to show you is a battle-tested method I've personally used thousands of times with real dogs in real bite situations, out on the streets when every second counts, and you've got zero other options. This is the exact stuff we used in Police K-9 work, where you need it to work times right now, asterisk. This isn't some theory from a book. This is what actually works. Let's get into it. Good boy. Folks, before we start, I gotta tell you, the first time we posted this video, it was the most viral thing we'd ever put on YouTube. And what happens? Within 2 days, YouTube yanks it. So, why'd they do that? I guess they figured it was a little too extreme for some of the more sensitive folks out there. So, we're putting it back up for round 2. What's the takeaway here? Watch this thing while you can. Watch it before YouTube decides to pull the plug on it again. This is the kind of information that will absolutely save lives. So, let's get after it. But first, a warning. Before we go any further, you need to get something straight. The footage and techniques you're about to see are not for the faint of heart. These methods have been kept behind closed doors, shared only inside Police K-9 units, and used in real emergencies to pull powerful dogs off real bites on real people. For years, I kept this stuff under wraps because, let's be honest, this knowledge is dangerous in the wrong hands. But I've had to face the facts. The odds of you or your family getting attacked or mauled by a dog are way, way higher than some criminal trying to use this on a police dog. And even if they did, there's usually a team of cops right there ready to handle business if you mess with their K-9 partner. At this point, my lawyers are screaming at me to tell you that none of this is advice. I am not a licensed veterinarian. So don't try or use anything I show you here without talking to your vet first, who, by the way, probably has zero training in this, but will almost definitely tell you to never, ever do what I'm about to show you. I'm simply showing you exactly how I would get a dog off a bite in a real emergency. We take zero responsibility if you do something dumb and get yourself bit trying to play hero. Either way, we're going to show you 3 techniques that are guaranteed to work. And if you stick around till the end, we'll let you in on a secret technique that even most K-9 handlers don't know how to use. First off, I want to talk about why this is so damn important. Look, every single time I open my phone, there's another video. A kid getting mauled in their own backyard, a dog getting torn to shreds on the sidewalk, another attack that just goes on for minutes and minutes while people are panicking, screaming, crying, or worse, just frozen in fear, totally helpless. And no matter what they try, they can't get the dogs to let go. In the aftermath, you just see people screaming and crying, dogs bleeding out, people with permanent scars and lifelong mental trauma. And sometimes, the lives of a dog or a person are just destroyed in seconds. And here's the stone-cold truth. Most of it could have been stopped if just one person knew what the hell they were doing. But they don't, because nobody actually teaches this stuff. Not in high school, not in puppy class, not in obedience training, not on TikTok, and definitely not from some of those positive-only treat fairies who tell you, well, if you just ignore the bad behavior, maybe it'll just go away on its own. That's why this hits home for me, because when it's your kid, when it's your dog being torn apart, you don't get to hit pause and ask Google, hey, how do I break up a dog fight? And yeah, you might be the type to jump in and handle it, but if you're just screaming, punching, and grabbing tails, you're not stopping a thing. What about calling 911? Great idea. But when seconds count, the cops are still minutes away. This isn't just talk for me. I've had to choke dogs off of bites, not dozens, not hundreds, but literally times thousands, times of times. Real dogs biting real people in high-stakes training and out on the street in situations so scary you wouldn't even believe it. This isn't something I just read in a book and decided to talk about. This is something I've dealt with countless times with high-drive, hardcore dogs, trained not only to bite and hold for a living, but trained to bite down times deeper times and times harder times the more you fight to get them off. And if you're sitting there thinking, yeah, whatever, that's never gonna happen to me, let me hit you with some crazy stats. There are over 90 million dogs in the U.S., and every year, 4.5 million dog bites get reported. Over 800,000 of those bites are bad enough to send someone to the hospital, and around 30 to 50 people die every single year in the U.S. alone from dog attacks. 1 out of every 73 people will be bitten by a dog this year. That's more likely than getting hit by a car, choking on your food, or your house catching on fire. But nobody's ready for it. Look, the odds of winning the Powerball are 1 in 292 million. And yet, I see all of you out there buying lottery tickets like crazy, which is awesome. Go for it. But I'm just asking you to take a few minutes to watch this video to understand how to stop a dog fight once and for all, just in case it ever happens to you. Now, before we get into what works every single time, let's talk about all the stuff that's a complete waste of your time. And spoiler alert, it's pretty much everything you've ever seen or heard on the internet. We got videos of people punching dogs in the ribs like they're in a UFC fight. We've got grown men throwing kicks like they're in a bar brawl, and the dog doesn't even flinch. People are breaking out water hoses, water bottles, brooms, pots, pans. Heck, I saw one lady try to use a freaking Swiffer mop. One dude even tried spraying a fire extinguisher. You'd think that would do the trick, but it did absolutely jack squat. And then, there's the dark side. A long time ago, in a forum not so far away, someone spun a tale that the big secret to stopping a dog fight was to shove a finger up its, back door. And like some Jedi mind trick gone horribly wrong, people actually believe this nonsense. Just stick your finger in his business. If one finger doesn't work, use 2. If 2 fails, go for 3. A fist a day keeps the vet away. I mean, seriously. Which brings us to this one poor guy, God bless his heart, who actually tried this move not once, but twice. Applause, music, applause, yeah. That guy is now forever known as the Diddler. Listen, if your master plan to stop a violent dog attack involves cleaning supplies, screaming your head off, or going on an expedition into the canine colon, you don't have a plan. You're just winging it in the middle of total chaos. And in the meantime, someone's kid is bleeding, someone's dog is dying, and you're out there looking like the Three Stooges with a shovel and a prayer, trying to poke him in the brown eye. And look, as funny as we're making this sound, it's not funny when it's your dog, it's not funny when it's your kid, and it's definitely not funny when you're the one on a viral video, screaming and crying with a leash in one hand and a totally useless broom in the other. But there is a better way, so stay tuned for the next part. We're going to show you the proven, real-world methods to stop a dog bite in 3 seconds or less, the exact same way we do it with police dogs every single day. No tricks, no guesswork, no pain, no violence, and probably the best part, no stinky fingers that your buddy might mistake for a Snickers bar. Let's get into it. Alright, so we've got Miss Xena here, and she's going to be our lovely assistant for these techniques. We're using Xena because she's got this gorgeous coat that's going to make it really easy for you to see the tools we're using. Okay, so for technique number 1, let's just assume the dog that's biting, or maybe both dogs that are fighting, has a collar on, thank God. Now, what most people do is grab the collar and try to pull straight back. That's just going to trigger their opposition reflex and make them bite down even harder. What you need to do is get that collar up high and tight. That's the key phrase. Get it as high up on the neck as you possibly can. How high? We're talking right up under the jawbone, right behind the ears, in this sweet spot right here. Then you're going to lift straight up and just hold it. If you lift hard enough and hold it long enough, within about 3, maybe 4 or 5 seconds, that dog is going to let go. Now, if you need a little more leverage, you can straddle the dog. And by the way, getting behind the dog to do this is way safer than trying it from the front, for obvious reasons. So again, before I lift, watch how I slide the collar all the way up. Then I'm going to lift with my palms facing me. That's one way. Another way is like this. Whatever works for you, but I can usually get this done with one hand. Lift and hold. It's going to create a gag reflex. And what's happening here is my legs are kind of pinning her in place, which keeps her front paws on the ground. Imagine if I wasn't doing that. This isn't to hurt her, but just to show you, I can get her off the ground pretty quick. I might only be lifting 20, 30, maybe 40 pounds of weight, but if I block her with my legs, I can apply way more pressure. It also gives me some control over her body. If you try to do this without straddling her and just lift, the dog's gonna naturally try to spin out of it, and you're gonna get your hand all twisted up. At Thanos and Thanos, attorneys at Paw, we fight for you, the ones left behind by the empty promises of positive-only training. Our nationwide team of trainers doesn't just times hope, times your dog gets better. We make it happen. All trainers are not created equal. Some just bark, we bite. Subscribe now to see what real training looks like, and check out our next video to avoid getting duped by the feel-good frauds. Thanos and Thanos for the dogs. Alright, on to technique number 2. If there's no collar, the next best thing we're hoping for is a leash. You can unclip that leash from the god-awful harness that probably got you into this mess in the first place, or you can unhook it from the dog that's being attacked and not fighting back, and get it ready to use on the dog that's doing the biting. Now, you can't just loop it over their head, because their mouth is busy biting something. So, the only way to do it is to come in from underneath. You got it? Get that loop of the leash right where you need it. Feed the other end of the leash through the loop. And once again, what's the magic phrase? High and tight. So, get that loop as high up on the neck as you can. Seriously. Take the extra second or two to get it in the right spot. And then you lift, my friend. So how do you do it? It's the same idea. If you can get a leg on each side, straddle the dog and lift with 2 hands. And hey, don't do this, guys and gals. That's a great way to wreck your shoulder. You want to get low, right here, and lift straight up. Now, listen up, be careful. The dog is going to spin and try to bite whatever's choking it, so you gotta lift and get the heck out of the way, and keep using that leash to pull them away from whatever they were latched onto. We're going to dive a little deeper in just a second and talk about what to do if you're dealing with a really, truly vicious, out-of-control dog. This move will get them off, but how do you stop them from coming right back for another bite, and another, and another? We'll get to that in a moment. Now, before we jump into methods 3 and 4, I know some of you are probably already hammering away in the comments. What about the wheelbarrow technique? Yeah, I know all about it. I've actually used it once, in the past, when 2 dogs were really going at it. But here's the thing. It doesn't actually stop the dog fight. It's more of a way to untangle them when they're all twisted up and you can't tell which end is which, just so you can get in there and use the techniques I'm actually showing you. So, the reason I'm not even going to show you the wheelbarrow technique is because even if I did it super slow just to demonstrate, there's a very high chance I could cause some serious pain and discomfort. I could actually stretch something, break something, pop a joint out of its socket, and cause a permanent injury to my girl Xena here, and that's not even doing it at full speed. Now, if you do it at full speed in a real fight, you're pretty much guaranteed to rip, tear, or break something. Which, look, in the heat of a dog fight, if you gotta do it to save someone, you do what you gotta do. But I've also seen the wheelbarrow technique do absolutely nothing to make the dog let go. It just stretches them out. I just don't recommend it. I'd say skip that move entirely and go straight to something that's guaranteed to work. So let's get back to it, part 3 and part 4, 2 more techniques that will absolutely get the job done. Alright, this next technique is for when you find yourself with no leash and no collar. Basically, what we call a naked dog. While that dog is latched on, you're basically going to go for a rear naked choke. And how well does it work? Just ask the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Conor McGregor, who got taken out in a flash by Nate Diaz. When you do this move right, I'm telling you, it's 2, 3, maybe 4 seconds, and that dog is tapping out. And what's the dog version of a tap out? They let go. Now, there is a major downside to this technique that I'm about to show you. We'll talk about that at the end, but let me at least walk you through it first. So, the first thing you're going to do is, again, think high and tight. You're going to come in and use your chest or your shoulder to push the dog's head down while you're lifting up with your arm. Now, unlike a real rear naked choke in MMA, and I am no expert, believe me, that move is all about cutting off blood flow to the brain. This is more of an air choke. And the reason is, I'm not wrapping my arm all the way around to squeeze from both sides. While that can work, I'm actually using the blade of my forearm, this inner bony part right here, and keeping it high. And with my other hand, I'm lifting straight back to, once again, cut off the air, almost like we did with the leash. But look where my face is. This is a super dangerous spot to be if she starts twisting and rolling. You could easily get your face torn up. That's why with this technique, we usually don't let the dog just tap out, because even if you let go, you've got no leash, no collar. So where's the dog gonna go the second it lets go? They're usually not done fighting, they just took a quick break. You might actually have to hold on for the whole ride until the dog goes. Lights out. Hey, just like in MMA, you're not gonna end them. They're just gonna go unconscious for a bit. And obviously at that point, you let go and either get the heck out of there or get that dog into a car, over a fence, locked in a cage or a crate, whatever you have to do. You have to take advantage of that little window of time while the dog is off in La La Land. Alright, stick around for part 4. We saved this final technique for last because it is the most powerful. It's the quickest, the most effective, and it's also the most dangerous. It's just a straight-up hand choke. Let me show you how it works. Like with everything else, you gotta be high up. There's about a 45-degree angle right here where her jaw meets her neck. What we are not going to do is crush the trachea. We're not going to do it low, like on the Adam's apple. Don't do that. We need to be high and tight. In fact, when we teach this to other canine handlers, and by the way, this is the very first thing we teach a new handler on day 1 when they take their police dog home, because it has happened many times where we give them a dog that knows how to bite. It goes home, the handler has no clue what they're doing, and the dog bites them, bites their kid, bites the neighbor's dog, and all heck breaks loose. So, the first thing we do is put the dog in a bite situation and show them how to do this move until they get it right. Good boy. That was a good release. So, yeah, you guys are getting some cool behind-the-scenes info here. What you're going to want to do is go behind the trachea, okay? You can feel it on yourself. We're not going to squeeze right here in the front. We're going to go way up high, kind of where our tonsils would be. You should actually feel the dog's jawbone resting on the top of your fingers. And you're just going to keep driving your hand back. Push behind the windpipe and squeeze. So if this was the trachea, we're not squeezing times on times it. We're going times behind times it, trying to get our fingers to touch. Which fingers? Your thumb and your first finger? Or your thumb and your first 2 fingers? Whatever gives you the best grip, you're just squeezing. And we're not crushing it like this. We're squeezing from the sides, trying to leave the front part kind of loose and open. It's really hard to explain, but hopefully you're getting the picture. Keep driving back. Squeeze. Now, I'm just going to do a very gentle demonstration. We're not going to hurt her. See? Just did it. Doesn't even faze her. Now, what this does is it doesn't really cut off air or blood flow. It just triggers a gag reflex. But listen, if you do this wrong, you can crush a trachea. You can end a dog's life. So, you have to be extremely careful. But by the time you have to use this technique, chances are there's no collar, no leash, and things are completely out of control. If you do this and they let go, which usually happens in about 3 seconds or less, what now? How do you keep control of the dog? So in very, very rare situations where we have to do this and there's no equipment on the dog, we might have to keep applying this move and use it as a full-on choke until the air and blood flow to the brain stops. So yeah, 20 or 30 seconds later, if you have to hold this on a dog that's trying to just destroy everything in its path, you might have to do this until the dog passes out. Not end it, just. Just like in MMA, those athletes get choked out all the time. They don't pass away. They just go unconscious for about 10 to 30 seconds, which is just enough time for you to get away. And trust me, when that dog wakes up, it's going to be dazed and confused. The last thing on its mind is fighting or biting anyone. We have absolutely done that in the past with police dogs that have tried to seriously harm their own handler or anyone else around. It's a technique that some police agencies literally use all day, every day. It's called the tactile removal. Yeah, of course, we're supposed to have a verbal command to get them to release. In a perfect world, the dog listens to the verbal command, and then there's real life, where the e-collar isn't working, the dog isn't listening, maybe there's chaos all around you, and you need to get that dog off times right now, asterisk. This is the technique we go to, and now you know it too. When it works for you, which it will post in the comments below, what technique you used and how it went. But please, be safe. Don't go out there and start trying this for no reason. I'm telling you this for emergencies only. Look, I'm not even telling you to do it. I'm just saying if you find yourself in a situation where you have to, let us know. Let us know where you're from. Tell us all the details of what happened, because your story is going to save some lives. It's going to break up some dog fights really fast. And I'm just happy I could share this with you. So, Thank you so much for sticking with me to the end. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and do me one more favor. Send this video to some friends. Send it to your family members so that everybody knows what to do in an emergency. If you have kids, or another dog, or you just walk in a place where there are other dogs, you need to know this stuff. Share it with people. And a huge thank you to Miss Zena. A big thank you to my crew here today. They did an awesome job. And we'll see you on the next one.